My beloved child, wait. Before you let your mind rush ahead, hold on to this moment because something delicate is unfolding and it doesn't want to be understood too quickly. It wants to be felt first. There's a strange kind of silence that only appears when life is trying to tell you something important, not loudly, not urgently, but in a way that gently pulls your attention inward. And that silence, it found its way in recently, and maybe you felt it too without knowing why. A pause in your thoughts, a shift in your emotions, a quiet sense that something behind the scenes had started moving even though nothing on the outside seemed different. Stay here with me, don't skip this, because what I'm about to share didn't begin in a dramatic way. It began in stillness, in a place where time feels slower, where distractions fade, and where truth doesn't need to fight to be heard. There was a moment, not planned, not expected, where everything became unusually clear. Not clear like answers written on a page, but clear like a feeling that suddenly makes sense of things you couldn't explain before. And in that moment, there was an awareness, a quiet, steady awareness that something had been building for a long time. Not something to fear, not something to run from, but something that had simply been waiting patiently for attention. Have you ever noticed how the most important realizations don't arrive with noise? They arrive when everything else becomes quiet enough for you to finally hear them. That's exactly what happened. And here's the part that might surprise you. It didn't feel like something was wrong. It felt like something had finally been acknowledged. Pause here for a second. What if the thing you've been avoiding isn't actually against you, but quietly trying to guide you? Strange thought, but stay with it. Because in that space where everything slowed down, there was no pressure, no expectations, just a simple, undeniable truth rising to the surface. And that truth didn't come all at once. It unfolded layer by layer, like a story you didn't realize you were part of until suddenly every detail began to connect. And the place where this unfolded, it wasn't just a physical space. It was a moment of stillness that life sometimes creates when it wants you to stop and finally see what you've been carrying without even noticing. Not weight in your hands, but weight in your heart. And as that awareness grew, something shifted inside, not dramatically, not instantly, but gently, like a door opening just enough to let light in. And in that light, there was a realization that couldn't be ignored anymore. Not about fear, not about endings, but about something deeper that had been silently asking for attention. Something that had been overlooked, not because you didn't care, but because life kept moving too fast for you to pause and notice. And now, in this moment, That pause finally came.